We're back with another mock draft. This time we are adding a quarterback. This will be a 2 QB draft. We'll remove a flex. So most 2 quarterback leagues will be, or Superflex leagues, will be 2 QBs, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, a flex, a kicker, a defense. We'll update that. We'll set it on PPR. We'll update that. And we'll give this a name. 12-team Superflex. We're going to draft from pick 11. Here we go. These settings don't look quite right. Let's update that. Draft settings, PPR, roster settings. It has 2 quarterbacks. Let's hit update. If I go to 2 quarterbacks, that will change this. Okay, settings look good. This is about the ADP that I would expect. Let's fire this thing up. If you have not played in a 2 quarterback league, expect them to go a lot in the early rounds. I would think about 5 quarterbacks go in the first round of 12. I'm hoping that Jalen Hurts falls to us. He does not. Justin Jefferson goes right before us, which means we get CeeDee Lamb. That's a great pick. I would really, at 11, I would love to have Jalen Hurts, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb. I'm not really targeting a running back there. I'm going with CeeDee. And just like I hoped, on the turn, there goes Puka, McCaffrey. I wanted Malik. Here, I've got CeeDee Lamb, who can be wide receiver 1. Malik Neighbors, I think, was wide receiver 6 last year. Wide receiver 6 in 15 games. He could easily be top 5 this year. So I've got 2 stud receivers to carry this team. And then we're going to find good quarterbacks with upside. Bo Nix goes right before us. So we could actually just go Baker Mayfield. We go Baker Mayfield or grab Justin Herbert on the turn. So I think I'm going to risk for Justin Herbert, and I'm going to go Kittle to have a really great tight end and get a bit of a positional advantage there where we might be losing a positional advantage at tight end. And hopefully one of these running backs falls to me. Well, one of them has to. Breece Hall, Chase Brown, or Amarian Hampton. And that's how I'm thinking about this turn. I may go Kittle and Herbert, or Kittle and Baker, or Kittle and a running back, depending on how the turn goes. But I want to grab Kittle, and then I'll take either a running back or a quarterback that falls to me. So Baker goes, and Tyreek Hill goes. So we can take Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert has QB2 upside. Here he threw 38 touchdowns. Last year was 23 touchdowns to 3 interceptions in 17 games, which is a slower pace than this 13-game pace where he threw 20 touchdowns. I chalk some of that up to the guys he was throwing to last year. Rookie Ladd McConkey, Quentin Johnston, who wasn't very good. So this year he has a second-year Ladd McConkey, Keenan Allen. Quentin Johnston still kind of stinks, but they've got Trey Harris. They've got another young rookie receiver that we like. I'm expecting more than 23 touchdowns this year by quite a bit. 504 is a little bit low on the pass attempts. I'd like to see this come back up, but I expect that it will. Justin Herbert started last year with an injured foot. He's just had a lot of different injuries, and they're not really related or connected. He's hurt his foot, broke his hand, hurt his back. Those don't really tie together. So I'm going to go with Herbert here. We've got 2 great receivers, a great tight end, and what I think is a really great quarterback to start this team. We'll scroll this up so you can see stuff that I'm hoping comes back to me. I would shoot for Tet McMillan if he was here. I'd like to get Travion Henderson. There goes Tet. Henderson could get to us. Devontae Adams. So here I'm going to go Henderson for a massive upside at RB1, and then we'll get a safer running back 2 option. I'll pull up our roster over here. So you can see we have 1 quarterback already. We're probably going to take one on the turn because I'm happy with Brock Purdy. I'm happy with Dak Prescott. I'm happy with Drake May. All 3 of those guys are high upside, safe floor, or some combination of those 2 things. Like Brock Purdy is a great safe floor play. Drake May runs like that will give you a safe floor at quarterback production with also large upside. And then Dak Prescott, when he's healthy, when he plays all of the games of the season, 17 games played, QB3, 16 games played, QB8, 16 games played, QB2. Like that's big upside. to be taking this late. So here I'm going to take Henderson because I know a quarterback can fall back to me and we get our pick. Really, I don't know that the quarterback you take here matters that much. Like, all of these are really good options. Purdy, Goff, Dak, May. CJ Stroud's the only one that I'm not picking here because he's got a lot of hype behind his name, but he doesn't run and there's not sure production. The O-line there isn't very good. I like the upside of every other option here. Purdy, May, Goff, and Prescott. So I might go with Drake May, and this is just because of the extra liquidity you would have. Like, the ability to trade Drake May if he starts breaking out is far higher than Brock Purdy. Unless you have, if you draft Brock Purdy there, you need one of the 11 other people in your league to believe that Brock Purdy is great. People want to rally around a second-year player breaking out, and that's why I went with Drake May. Now, we've already got a tight end. We've got a rookie running back who should be pretty good for us. At this spot here where we have two receivers, we're looking to fill either a flex or a running back spot at this turn. Let's get a gauge of who's available. Like, Tony Pollard could be a safe option for us. Tajay Spears is hurt. We'll probably miss some time. And Tony Pollard, although he wasn't amazing, like last year in 16 games, he was running back 21. That's good enough for an RB2 in a 2-quarterback league. The amount of points that quarterbacks score does somewhat diminish how valuable a running back is here because it's not as large of a percentage. If you have a much better running back than your opponent in a 1-quarterback league, that's a big percentage of your scoring. But because quarterbacks score so much, the percentage difference gain that you get with a great running back is much smaller. So we can just kind of take the safe floor running back, and I would be happy with Jalen Waddle, Jordan Addison on the turn. We could probably grab that and make sure that we get our running back. But I'm just gonna snag him. Actually, Pacheco seems similar. Like, Pacheco is a similar guy. You're drafting him a little bit late. I mean, it's going to look pretty bad when you look at last year. Starting the year last year, 80% of the snaps, 15 attempts, 45 yards and a touchdown, 19 attempts, 90 yards when he got injured. If he's playing, like, this could be pretty good. It looks like he's the starter. Pacheco got the Chiefs' first touch of the night in the preseason, but then that was it. I mean, we could see Pacheco be pretty good. So I'm really choosing between Pacheco and Pollard here, and then grabbing whatever receiver comes back to me. So I'm just going to click Pacheco. If you're doing a draft like this, Pollard is also a good option. Mark Andrews and Justin Fields go. I'm going to go with Jalen Waddle on the rebound year. I would also consider Jordan Addison here. But looking at these 2 years, 46 and 34 as the finish, he missed some time. He didn't play in some games the year before and left games that he started. In the games that Jalen Waddle started and finished this year, he was about wide receiver 20. And I could think he can easily get back to that. And we're getting him much later. Jordan Addison would be the other option I would consider. He's got a 2 to 3 game suspension that we would need to worry about. I'm going to just take Waddle here. But if you took Jordan Addison, that's also fine. I would have been happy with Pearsall there too. Pearsall is a great breakout candidate. We've got our starting lineup filled out. Let's start looking for guys that can really break out and be difference makers for us. In the 9th round, perfect. I'm going with Matthew Golden, and it's not really close here. This Juwan Jennings ADP is just kind of based on Jennings getting treatment on his calf. This is August 14th. He's 28. He's also still holding out because he wants to get some sort of contract extension. He's a 7th round pick from 2020. I don't know that has the leverage to get a contract extension or to have the main role over someone like Ricky Pearsall, who went in the 8th round. So I'm not really considering Juwan Jennings here. I could take Tua as a value gain and then know that I would need to trade Justin Herbert or Drake May. But because Matthew Golden is here, I'm just going to take this upside. Jaden Reed isn't practicing right now. They drafted Matthew Golden to be the alpha. The team has been saying that they needed an alpha. I'm gonna stick with it. I think it was Josh Jacobs saying they needed an alpha, and the coach saying they didn't need a wide receiver 1, which means they don't have a wide receiver 1. That's what Matt LaFleur said going into last year. But they drafted one, Matthew Golden. So I'm gonna stick with him for a high upside play. And then same thing, I'm taking Tua here. When he plays, let's look at these stats. 2024. This is the game he got injured in. Then when he came back, look at this stretch, 23, 28, 25, 23. Like, he has that upside. And a lot of the time, he's not concussed. So I'm going to go with that. Because in a 2-quarterback league, having the third one is far more valuable than having a second quarterback in a 1 QB league. Here, we've only got 2 running backs. We've got this third quarterback that could free us up to trade for a running back. And 2 QB leagues, you should just expect that there's way more trading because there's a lot more players that need to get started with all of these quarterbacks that go. In a 1 QB league, it's hard to trade a quarterback without also getting one back. Like, people don't just want to buy a quarterback outright. They want to also sell you theirs. That's not always the same in a 2 QB league. So it opens up a lot more trading. So I don't worry a ton about our running back situation, but I do see one that I like. I'm probably going to go with J.K. Dobbins, who I think just has a role in Denver this year. He could fill in some of these weeks if Pacheco isn't quite right. Like, Dobbins on the Chargers had some good games. 135 yards and a touchdown, 130 and a touchdown, 96 and a touchdown, 85 and 2 touchdowns, and then missed some time, but then came back 76 yards and a touchdown. Like, he's 26. Denver has a very good O-line. Sean Payton runs 2 running back sets. So them drafting RJ Harvey doesn't really scare me off of J.K. Dobbins. You think of Sean Payton on the Saints with Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara. I could see the role like that happening. Here we've got Dobbins. Benson goes. We've already got 3 QBs. If we didn't have Tua, I would take the shot on Darnold or Richardson just for the big upside. Like Sam Darnold last year, QB 9. And people are scared because he's on a different team and a different situation. We don't know that he's going to go back to being, these kind of numbers, QB 30. He could still be okay. So if I hadn't taken Tua for the upside, I would take Sam Darnold or Anthony Richardson. Here, I'm going to snag, and this one, I'm going to go with Keon Coleman for the second-year breakout. This isn't an amazing play, but a 22-year-old receiver, so he was 21 as a rookie, very young. Like, he had a young college breakout age, which does somewhat translate to NFL success. I'm hoping that he just breaks out a little bit more in year 2. If it's not happening early, he's droppable. I'm not expecting him to become a stud. I don't take only massive upside swings. I just like the general upside of Keon Coleman there. Who are other players that we're looking to have come back to us? Like Bashal Tutin could be fine. I could be looking for Woody Marks. We're looking for, there goes Bashal Tutin. Here, I'm going to look for Dylan Sampson, Cleveland. We don't know what's going on with Quinshon Judkins. Jerome Ford is not an amazing player. Like, Sampson could take over a pretty good part of that offense. So I'm going to go with Sampson. And then other option here, I'm either considering like Jack Besh, just real flyer types. Jack Besh, I could look for Xavier Legette. Here we should be taking kicker and defense. If your league doesn't require you to, then don't. Draft some players and try to make a 2-for-1 trade to free yourself up. Like, it's August 14th right now. You don't need a full lineup. You can trade before the season starts. I'm going to let this run, though, because some leagues do require you to. And I probably should have gone defense first. It doesn't matter that much. When I'm looking at fantasy defenses, I'm really only considering their week 1 matchup. So I clicked on the kicker there, but it's not a big difference to me. Here, I'll take the Giants if they fall, and they do. There we go. So we've got a completed draft. Let's take a look at the full team. We've got Lamb and Neighbors as 2 top 5 wide receiver options. We've got a top 3 tight end in Kittle. And then we have big upside shots with Herbert and May at quarterback. A big rookie upside shot with Travion Henderson, who could be a big value winner for us, paired with some safer options like Pacheco. I think Dobbins has a role. And then a flyer on Sampson. And then we've got a safer option in Waddle, who I think will bounce back to be a good wide receiver too, that we could maybe up tier from with if we hit on Golden, sell 2 wide receivers for a better one, something like that, or pair Waddle and Dobbins and ship that out for someone better, and then just start Matthew Golden in the flex. That's kind of how I'm viewing this team. Same thing with Tua. If someone has a quarterback injury and Tua is performing really well, we could either sell Tua if someone will pay us good value, or we could sell Herbert or May and just start Tua. That's how I'm thinking about this team. We've got a lot of guys who can gain value and open up some trades for us. If you'd like to see another mock draft, I've got one right. I don't know where it will go, somewhere on the screen. Give that one a click. It's probably a 1 quarterback league draft. If you want to see other Superflex drafts from other picks, like an early pick could be interesting, let me know in the comments and we'll get those made. Thank you very much.